Welcome to the Dylan Hilder Show, and today I'm going to explain why the season opener against Notre Dame is the most important game of Ryan Day's career as the head football coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, before we go any further, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss a single episode of the Dylan Hilder Show. We got wrestling, football, racing. We're actually doing a live stream on Sunday morning, 15 minutes before the Formula One race. That way you can ask questions. If you're looking to get into Formula One, ask questions, get to know it. Or if you just want to hang out with someone who knows and loves Formula One. So really hope to see you there. Now, back to business. Now, we have to go back to last season to explain this. What was Ohio State's weakness? The defensive line got pushed around. And it was not any more glaring than in the horseshoe against Oregon and their 28-35 loss. And this was especially alarming because Ohio State had an extra day to prepare. Their opener was against Minnesota on Thursday night, the week before. And Oregon should not have been able to do that. They don't have that kind of brand. Oregon got pushed around by Utah twice, lost to Oklahoma. That was in shambles in the Alamo Bowl. And then at the end of the year, as many Michigan fans will remember fondly, Michigan manhandled the Buckeyes with tough, smash-mouth football, and the Scarlet and Gray had no answer. The 42-27 beatdown the Wolverines delivered to the Buckeyes, that was the first time Michigan beat Ohio State since 2011, and the first time Michigan manhandled Ohio State like that since 2003. And that leads us to the offseason. Ohio State made some changes to the defensive coaching staff over the offseason, bringing in Jim Knowles. Knowles was the defensive coordinator for the Oklahoma State Cowboys last season. Cowboys led the nation in sacks and tackles for loss, where Ohio State was mid-pack, behind schools such as Toledo, Air Force, Wake Forest, and Syracuse. Knowles may very well be the answer the Bucs need to bring back that brand of toughness that was lost last year. Now, the question you may pose, why Notre Dame specifically? Why the Fighting Irish? Of course, it's a big brand. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be all eyes on Ohio State, Notre Dame, but especially Notre Dame because the Notre Dame brand on offense is toughness on that offensive line. The Irish returned 4 starters to that offensive line and will be the first exam for the Buckeyes front seven. If Notre Dame is able to hang around and make this a game or even pull off the upset entirely, which Notre Dame is a 14.5-point underdog, according to Barstool Sportsbook, Ohio State could be in for a rocky season with Wisconsin and their brand of tough offensive line football, and a trips to Happy Valley and East Lansing, and per usual, Michigan in late November. If Jim Knowles can right the ship, the Buckeyes will be able to hang with anybody. And that includes the evil empire based in Tuscaloosa with the Alabama Crimson Tide. The offense will keep the Buckeyes in every single game they play this year, with Heisman Trophy candidates, quarterback C.J. Stroud, running back Trayvon Henderson, and wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba. However, it's been well told throughout the history of college football You cannot win a championship with a juggernaut offense and an okay defense. Chip Kelly, Mike Leach, Art Briles never won a national championship. Chip Kelly came the closest, losing to Auburn in the national title game 22-19. This game, in the Horseshoe, under the lights, September 3rd at 7:30 on ABC, will be a referendum on Ryan Day and his ability to make major adjustments and have staying power on the national stage. A victory, and Ohio State is back to being the top dog of the Big Ten and a major player in national college football. A loss, the seat of Ryan Day gets turned up. It gets real hot. And Marcus Freeman, the new head coach of Notre Dame, becomes a household name. And the pressure on Ryan Day will be relentless. Buckeye fans and Buckeye faithful are very unforgiving in losses. And the opportunity to relieve that pressure will not come until November 26th at high noon on the same grounds that they played against Notre Dame in the Horseshoe, against Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines. Will Ryan Day right the ship? Or will dark times come over the Ohio State Buckeyes? And in turn, the official resurrection of the Michigan Wolverines and a return of the victors valiant over the Big Ten. I'm Dylan Hildreth. This is the Dylan Hildreth Show. Thank you for watching.